Hi, this is Mrs. Knopf, and today we're going to continue in our method book on the flute with line D of line 52, 4-part little star. So we're going to go through, we're going to look for patterns with our notes and rhythms, and we're also going to talk about form because that's going to be really important for this piece. So as you can see, there are 4 lines that are bracketed together. There's an A, B, C, and D line. We're going to focus only on the D lines. And I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Sorry about that. We're going to scroll so we can see the first 2 D lines. So we're going to start up here. This is line 1 of D. And we have our treble clef. We have our key signature that has 2 flats, a B flat, which tells us all B's are flat, and an E flat, which tells us all E's are flat. And then we have our time signature. We are in 2/4 time. That top number tells us how many beats are in each measure, and the bottom number gives us the value of the whole note if we had one. So if we had a whole note, it would get 4 beats. Half of a whole is a half, and half of 4 is 2. So our half notes get 2 beats. And then half of a half is a quarter, and half of 2 is 1. So all of the quarter notes get 1 beat. So now we're going to go through and look for patterns. So we start with all quarter notes. The first 2 measures, we just play B flats, 1 beat each. So there's 4 of those over 2 measures. Then we come up to 2 E flat quarter notes, and then a half note D. Measure 5, we change to 2 quarter note Fs, then 2 quarter note B flats, and then in measure 7, we go E flat to F, and then down to the B flat on a half note. So I want to stop there, and I'm going to play the first D line for you with my metronome set at 88 beats per minute. I hope you play along with me. I hope you can keep up. When you play, make sure that you start each note with a T sound. Make it very clean. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. And that was it for the first line D. I'm not going to go over the second line D, and I'll tell you why. If you look at it, it's identical to the first line D. So no need to play that on its own. So here's something you need to know. First of all, if you have already watched the other lessons for lines A, B, and C, you will know that this is really Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And line A is the melody. Lines B and C are harmonies. Line D is the bass line. So that's the first thing you need to know. Second thing, there are 4 lines to each part. So we have our first line D, we have our second line D. I'm going to scroll on down and show you the third and fourth line D. So the third line D is completely different from the first and second D lines. So we're going to talk about form. With form, we are going to talk big ideas. So whatever idea we start with, excuse me, we're going to call that the A theme. So the first 2 lines, those are the A theme. We have an A and an A. Because this one is different, we're going to call it the B theme. So let's take a look at the third line D, the B theme. So we start with 2 quarter note Ds. We switch everything out to 2 quarter note Cs. And then we have 2 quarter note B flats. And then up on a half note F. Then we do that again. 2 Ds, 2 Cs, 2 B flats, and a half note F. So there's your B theme. And then the fourth line D is the A theme again, which we've already played. I am going to play the B theme for you, the D line 3. And again, this is at 88 beats per minute. Feel free to play along. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. I want to put the whole thing together, and because I can't physically scroll and play at the same time, I'm just not that fancy, we are going to start down here on the fourth line D because it's identical to the first two D lines. So I want to play this line twice, and then I'm going to come up here and play this line once, and then go back down here and play this line one last time. So I'm going to slow my metronome down to 84 beats per minute. And again, I hope you can play along and keep up. If you need to go slower, feel free to do that and practice it. But if you can keep up or even play faster, that's great. Here we go. Line D, I'm going to play the bottom line twice, then go up to the third line and back down. Here we go. 1, 2, ready.